right. Fort Bend County Judge KP George has switched political parties, going from a Democrat to a Republican, and it comes as he continues to face some legal challenges. And joining us now is Judge George. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, it's an honor to be here.
And so tell me, first of all, why you made this decision to switch parties.
I just want people to know that that's not a decision which I made overnight, and this was coming a long time ago, and that is maybe one of the reasons why I am in this political, the legal issues what I have today, because political affiliation, as you know, you come from that background where people like us, and I came from India, and we don't come here neither Republican nor Democrat. We just come here for a better life, and during that process, you just make sure you take care of your family and all. Then I decided to get involved, and initially I voted in the Republican primaries. This is all on the record, and then of course I felt like Democratic Party maybe aligned with me and my family and my children's values, and later I realized that is not the case, and so that is the reason, and especially when it comes to family, God, and also freedom. These values are very dear dear to and close to our heart when it comes to any immigrant you talk to. And later, once you go inside and engage in that conversation, you realize that who is close to what you believe, and also uncontrollable spending, and that is actually also come from the left side. And Fort Bend County, I believe, if we don't do something about it, we are going in the wrong direction. So it was a long time coming, and I don't have any problem in that, maybe agreeing, maybe legal challenges, maybe it was a trigger point.
And so I was going to ask you, why now? Were you planning on doing something like this, whether or not you were facing legal challenges?
Long term, yeah, because what happened is I was constantly thinking about the alignment, because so when you look at Fort Bend County is an amazing community, one of the fastest growing, one of the most diverse counties in the country. And our budget, for example, when I came in 2019 in office, it was $372 million. $72 million. And today, after 6 years later, it is at $732 million. So that is exponentially increasing the tax and so on and so forth. So why now? I mean, this is when it happened. I mean, that's the way I don't have a specific answer why now.
And so you talk about a lot of the values lining with you. Well, there's a lot of other things like the economy, healthcare, climate change, immigration when it comes to the Democrat and Republican parties. So are you saying that you've just flip the switch on everything you feel on those issues?
Not really, because immigration, as you know, when you talk to immigrant communities, probably I didn't talk many of these issues openly. I always believed in life, and I always believed in family, and I always believed in, and also when you look at, for example, immigration. Immigration is, we all know that, no nation is going to survive without a properly controlled immigration system, and also without having a secured border and so on and so forth. That's always been the belief I had, not changing any thought process at all.
So you're saying you had all of these Republican beliefs, but you never came forth and said any of them during your time as a Democrat?
Right, because it is not a popular conversation on that side. And so I, like I said, and that is all I believe in, and also I'm realizing that these ideals are Republican Party champion that ideals in much more than Democratic Party.
Now, looking forward, going from Democrat to Republican, how are you being accepted in the Republican Party?
And so this is actually an interesting question, and I get, wherever I go, I get that question. And I just tell you one thing about political party. In Texas, first of all, we don't even have something called a registered Republican or registered Democrats or any of that stuff. And I am talking about Fort Bend County. Fort Bend County used to be a Republican county. Now it is a purple county, and so acceptance wise, I do have acceptance, and some people don't maybe they're not happy about what I did, just changing party or whatever. But end of the day, I believe that Democratic primary voters can decide what they wanted to do and who they wanted to, nominate for 2026 election. Whatever that might be, I'm absolutely fine with it. But I have tremendous support, and I'm not saying everybody is embracing, and that's okay. That's okay in political world. And I always said this: if you have 50% and one more vote, you're okay. And so I strongly believe that is on my side. And also there are numerous people coming from the South Asian community. They are disgusted by what the Democratic Party and also the corrupt district attorney in Fort Bend County doing with me, and also others. And there are cases where they went after another mayor in Kendleton, and of course you remember the Patel's case, and once he's been destroyed, they dropped all of it, and out of 12 charges, 10 of them they dropped and 2 they deferred. My question is, if he did those horrible things as they said he did, why it is not an issue anymore? I mean, wrong is wrong either way, right?
Speaking of, I was going to say South Asian community, fake racism, which is what basically Taro Patel was charged with. What are your thoughts on this type of fake racism? Because as a South Asian or as anybody, you face racism.
Yeah. So fake racism, if you ask me how I feel about it, it is wrong. I mean, we should not be staging anything, and especially in my county, I'm talking about.
Well, let me clarify. What Taro Patel did, is that wrong?
I believe it is wrong, and it's because we shouldn't be. And that's another thing that the people try to tag me with it, because he was in my office and he was in my campaign at the time it happened. But I never knew, and that is something some people ask, oh, it's hard to believe, but I never knew all this fake account. There are so many different people have this, and I honestly thought there is somebody else who was the owner of that account, and I didn't know that.
Have you spoken with Taro Patel?
No.
And if he was sitting here, what would you say to him?
It is, okay, that's a good thing. And I tell you this, if I did something wrong in my 7 years as county judge, I tried to give some young people an opportunity to thrive. And moving forward, I will think twice to do that. And because they are not mature enough to understand the opportunity, and they and I have not more than one examples in my tenure as county judge. Answer your question, absolutely wrong. We have a lot of better things to present it to people, and that's what I did last 7 years. You know that I got re-elected overwhelmingly in 2022, not because KP George is something special. We work hard, and we got in front of people, and we did our work. That's the reason why, and that's the very reason why I believe I'm going to be moving forward successful. But I am more focused on this frivolous lawsuit coming from the corrupt district attorney's office. That's what I'm focused on, clearing my name before anything at all.
With switching parties from Democrat to Republican, the charges that you've been facing, what's it been like for you these past 6 months to a year?
It's absolutely, I don't wish this for anybody, because especially when you have family and when you have friends, and a number of our close friends are scared to talk to me because they were going after even anyone talking to. And this is another thing people should be very careful about. Fort Bend County's justice system right now, they are weaponizing and that system and going after, watching what you're doing and following and monitoring what you're doing. And also think about it. And if they had this issue, they came back with a second charge like month ago, 2 months ago. And if they had that, this is a major issue they're talking about. Why didn't they do it in the first place? So the first place, they know that the misdemeanor charge is just, according to my attorneys, it is useless, and we are going to prevail that. They went after looking for issues, which is also, we could prove in a court of law, which is whatever they are alleging is absolutely not true. And so we want a district attorney who we don't want somebody coming after you so that they could find something so that they could charge you. And there are so many other issues we could address in our county when it comes to crime, when it comes to other things, that they should be focused on. And every citizens in Fort Bend County should be concerned about what is going on. And I tell you this, and I brought this information, and then we went and looked at what is Fort Bend County District Attorney Brian Middleton, this both issues they're talking about is campaign-related issues, and this should have been addressed by TEC, and we are going to work with TEC. And no, they took it to the next level because it's sensational that way. And we went and looked at his filing for last maybe 3 years or 4 years. We come to find out almost 200 violations in his filing, and I filed a complaint with TEC with that. Now he's addressing those issues. Is he prosecuting himself? Maybe not. So why there is two justice system for me and him in Fort Bend County? And that's what we are fighting. And I just wanted to be very clear. I will stand up and fight, because this is not just about, all of a sudden, it is not just about KP George. It's about anyone who live in that Fort Bend County, because if they can come after me, they can go after anybody.
All right. Thank you so much, Judge, for being
Thank you.
here with us.
Thank you.